So everyone come to a comfortable seated position. Hands on your knees, palms facing up, closing your eyes, focusing on your breath. And we're going to take a couple cleansing breaths here. Deep inhale through your nose, filling your lungs all the way up, exhaling through your mouth. And 2 more of those at your own pace. And then coming back to a normal breath. Maybe with every inhale, the crown of your head reaches a little higher toward the ceiling, and every exhale, your elbows sink a little bit deeper to the floor. This is your time to concentrate on your practice. Let your day go. Scan your body from head to toe, acknowledging every feeling you're having from the crown of your head to the base of your spine. And slowly open your eyes. And we're going to take a deep breath, bringing our arms up overhead. And as we exhale, we're going to lower our left arm, reaching our right arm overhead, looking up under that left arm, getting that stretch in the left side body. And then inhale, come up, arms overhead, switching sides. Making sure and staying lifted in the chest. And then come back to center with arms overhead. Interlace your fingers, palms facing upwards. And with every exhale, we're going to round the spine. And every inhale, we're going to come back up. And do a couple of those at your own pace with your own breath. And then coming back to a neutral position, rolling over into a tabletop, hands stacked, knees stacked, hips square to the mat. We're going to do some cat-cows. So with every inhale, you're going to look up, lift your chest, bring your belly button toward the floor, and every exhale, you're going to round your back like a cat. And take a couple of those at your own pace. Now coming back to a neutral position in tabletop, we're going to do some barrel rolls, 3 on each side. So you're going to pretend like your body's in a barrel and you want to be able to touch all sides of the barrel with your body. To a neutral position in tabletop. We're going to take that right foot straight behind us. Active feet, so like you're going to put a footprint on the wall, find a focal point, and bring that left arm straight out in front of us. Now if you want to take a challenge here, you can bring that left arm to the side, right leg out to the side, and hold here for a couple of breaths, or you can just stay centered. It's really engaging to a neutral tabletop position. Let's switch sides. Left foot, right arm. And then, like I said, if you want to take the challenge, go for it. Remembering to keep breathing. Breathe into all those aches and shakes and pains. Now coming back to a neutral tabletop position, keeping that left hand in the center of your mat, we're going to reach up, looking up with that left hand, or right hand, I'm sorry. And as we exhale, we're going to bring it through, threading the knee. Placing our cheek on our mat, stretching out our left hand. And then come back to a neutral position, coming out, thread the needle. We're going to switch hands. So we're going to put our right hand in the center of our mat, reaching our left hand straight up to the sky. And then taking a deep breath here, and as we exhale, threading the needle. Putting our cheek on our mat, really getting that stretch in the shoulder. Keep breathing. And then coming out of that, we're going to we're going to put our toes together, widen our knees, and come back to a child's pose. Resting our forehead on our mat, knowing we can always come back to child's pose, whether we need to re-energize, take a break, or just because you want to. Maybe massaging that forehead right to left on your mat. And we're going to take a couple more deep breaths here. Toes, coming into our first downward dog of the practice. We're going to pedal out here. Maybe stepping up on our tippy toes, coming down to our heels if we can, bending our knees, straightening the opposite knee, shaking your head yes, shaking your head no. And then we're going to bring our feet a little closer together. Bring that right leg up high, bending that knee, looking under that left arm. Just opening up these hips a little bit. Bring that foot down to meet that other one, and then we're going to switch sides. Bending that knee, maybe looking under that left arm. And slowly exhale with control. Now walking to the top of your mat, we're going to bring our arms to the opposite elbow into ragdoll. Just relaxing our upper body, keeping all the weight in our lower body. Maybe shifting back and forth, forward or backward, however, whatever feels comfortable for you. And then slowly we're going to come up to Tadasana, vertebrae by vertebrae, your neck and head being the last things that come up. And then we're going to do some sun salutations. So inhale, arms up high to the sky, maybe a slight back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. We're going to plant our hands, step or hop back to plank. Now for the first one, we're going to go ahead and start with our knees down on the ground. Keeping our elbows close to the inside of the body. We're gonna come down, all the way down to our bellies, and coming into a cobra. That's little to no weight or in the hands. Now if you're comfortable, stay here. If you wanna go a little further, press your hands towards your mat and then come up into full cobra. And then as we exhale, we're gonna take a big inhale, and as we exhale, we're gonna meet back into down dog. Stepping or walking to the front of our mat. Inhale, arms up towards the sky, looking up maybe, slight back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, all the way down. And plant your hands, step or hop back to plank. Now this time we're gonna keep our knees off the mat. We're gonna go for a chaturanga. So come forward a little bit, and you're gonna roll down, come down, roll into an up dog or cobra, tops of the feet supporting you, and then as we exhale, we're gonna go into a downward dog. Maybe stretching out those legs a little bit. Now looking forward, step or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale all the way up. Maybe a slight back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Plant those hands. Step or hop back to plank. Staying in high plank, keeping those elbows high or close to the body. You can choose to take this, or you can do either one of the other two. We have practiced already. It's the double dip chaturanga. So we're gonna come halfway down, come up, come all the way down, roll into a cobra or upward dog, and exhale, down dog. Now those are the 3 variations that you have the opportunity to take today with our flow. So this practice can be as hard, difficult, or as easy as you'd like for it to be. Now, looking forward, step or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, arms up high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. And then we're gonna go ahead and plant our hands, bring it back, and flow. Now coming back into down dog, bringing our left leg up. We're gonna go ahead and step that through to a lunge, crescent lunge. Sturdying ourselves in our lower body. If you're feeling wobbly, you can always widen your stance. Taking a couple of breaths here. And then exhaling, hands to heart center. And we're gonna go for a twist here, bringing that right elbow over that left knee. And then maybe even using your hands in prayer to deepen that twist. So gazing up at the ceiling. Now slowly coming out of our twist, we're gonna interlace our fingers behind our backs, open up that heart chakra, and we're gonna take a big inhale, and as we exhale, we're gonna take that back bend. And then cartwheel our hands down, framing that foot, bringing that left foot to meet that right foot and flow. Moving back into down dog, however you choose to get there. Left leg up high. Looking forward, step it through to the front of your mat between your hands. Coming up for crescent lunge on the other side. Hips squared toward the front of your mat. Making sure that right knee is staying on the right side of your foot, making sure you can see your big toe. How about that? Exhale, bring your hands to heart center, and we're going to take the twist on the other side. And then as we exhale, we're going to slowly come out of that, interlacing our fingers behind our back and go for the back bend. And then framing that foot, coming down, bringing that left foot to meet that right foot. We're going to go ahead and take our chaturanga. Now bring that right foot or left foot up or overhead, pointing toward the ceiling, reaching up as far as you can, bring it through to the mat, crescent lunge. Wobbly. And then exhale, hands to prayer, taking the twist. We are going to interlace our fingers behind our back and go for that back bend. Now planting your hands on the mat, taking that left foot back to meet the right, bringing that right foot up to the sky, stepping it through crescent lunge. Arms up overhead, staying strong in that front leg as well as that back leg. And then exhale, hands to heart center, taking the twist. And then coming out of the twist slowly, we're going to interlace our hands behind our back. And we're going to go for the back bend, making sure to stay sturdy in that right front leg. I know that you're probably feeling that right about now, especially after what we just did. And then framing that foot, meeting back into down dog, however you choose to get there. Now we're going to take a couple of breaths here. And then go ahead and step to the front of your mat. Inhale, sweep the arms up high. Maybe a slight back bend, maybe you turn your pinkies in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, hands to heart center. We're going to come into our eagle pose. So Utkatasana, chair pose. Making our arms a T. We're going to bring that right arm under that left arm, or you can just hold it onto the opposite shoulder. And then we're going to bring that left leg over that right leg. Maybe you take the bind, maybe you kickstand your foot. Find that focal point. It'll definitely help you balance. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, maybe you sink a little bit deeper. And then slowly with control coming out of chair pose, or excuse me, eagle pose, we're gonna switch sides. So let's inhale all the way up, exhale forward fold, inhale halfway, exhale forward fold, inhale all the way up, hands meeting at heart center, taking our arms out, or excuse me, coming into Utkatasana, taking our arms out to a T, bringing that left arm under that right arm, and then that right leg over that left leg. Now maybe you feel a little bit more flexible on this side, a little bit more balanced, and you can go for the bind, or maybe you have to kickstand your foot a little bit. And just breathe. And with every exhale, maybe you feel yourself sinking a little bit deeper. Now, with control, unwinding, slowly coming out. Hands in the air. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop it back to plank, and take your chaturanga. Meeting back into down dog. Feet together. We're gonna lift that right leg up high. Step it through the hands, coming into warrior one. Planting that back heel. Warrior two. Straight line of energy from fingertip to fingertip. Flip that front palm. We're going to come into reverse warrior. Now bringing your hands back into warrior two. Interlacing your hands behind you. Opening that heart chakra, looking up at the ceiling. Inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to bow for humble warrior. Now coming back up slowly with control, coming into warrior two. We're going to go ahead and cartwheel those hands back down. Take your flow, meeting back into down dog. Left foot up high. Stepping it through. Back heel down. Warrior one. Opening up for warrior two. Straight line energy. Looking over that front finger. Flip that front palm. Bring it into reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Interlace your fingers, or interlace your hands behind your back. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, we're going to bow down for humble warrior. And then slowly coming up out of humble warrior, cartwheeling those hands down, framing that foot, meeting back into down dog. Take your flow however you'd like to get there. Now walking to the front of your mat. Inhale, arms all the way up. Maybe a slight back bend. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up. Root to rise, arms up high. And we're going to come into tree. So bringing our hands to heart center. We're going to shift our weight into our left foot. Bringing our right foot up to either kickstand at the ankle, we can bring it to our shin, or if we would like, we can help it up to the inner thigh. That is completely up to you, whatever you're comfortable with today. We're going to find our focal point, take a couple of deep breaths, and once we're ready, we're going to grow our tree. Shake it out. We're going to switch sides. So, shifting our weight into our right leg. I almost said knee. We're going to bring that left foot. We can kickstand it at the ankle. bring it to the shin or up to the upper thigh. Find that focal point and breathe. And then when you're ready, grow your tree. Now slowly with control, come back down, hands to heart center. Bring your arms up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale all the way. Plant your hands, step or hop back to plank, and flow. Take your chaturanga. And then stepping to the front of your mat, inhale all the way up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale halfway. Exhale all the way. Inhale all the way up. And then exhale, swan dive down. Planting those hands, stepping, hopping back to plank. Take your chaturanga. We're going to take a couple of breaths here in down dog. Maybe shaking our head right to left, back and forth. Shaking our hips around. Maybe pedaling at our feet. Now bringing our feet kind of closer together, we're going to lift our right leg to the sky. Step it through for warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Flip that front palm. We're going to go into reverse warrior. Coming back to warrior two. Straighten that front leg. Reaching it as far out as you can. Hinging at the hips. Trikonasana triangle pose. Maybe gazing up with that left hand. And then we're going to plant our hands. We're going to keep that left foot up about halfway up our mat, bending over that front right leg, hinging at the hips, making sure to keep a straight back. And then once we get down there, we can lower that head and relax it. Let it hang heavy. Stepping back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left leg high. Stepping it through, coming into warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Flip that front palm, coming into reverse warrior. And then back into warrior two. Straighten that front leg, reaching that left arm out, hinging at the hips. Looking up at that left hand maybe. Using the inside of that leg to help you straighten that back as leverage, kind of. And then we can bring our hands down, frame that foot, kicking that back foot up about halfway, folding over that front leg. Pyramid pose. I don't think I said that. And then stepping back to plank, take your flow. And then step or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale all the way down. And then big inhale, root to rise, hands together, meeting at heart center. We're gonna step a little further, a little wider than our mats, coming into Malasana, which is a yogic squat. So slowly lowering down, keeping the elbows and the insides of the knees. Maybe your feet are flat, maybe you have to be up on your toes. Maybe you have to narrow or widen your stance. But once you do get into a comfortable squat, maybe you can shift around, moving around, swaying back and forth. And then once you find a comfortable spot, bring your hands out in front of you. We're gonna go into crow. So if crow is not in your practice, you're more than welcome to stay and yogic squat. And those of you that are taking crow, take your time. Find your focal point. And then slowly coming out of crow, back into yogic squat. Taking a couple of deep breaths here, making sure that there's a straight line of energy from the crown of the head to the base of the spine. We're going to slowly come up into Tadasana, mountain pose. Now, go ahead, get centered in Tadasana. We have one more balance pose. We're going to go ahead and bring our left leg up, shifting the weight into the right, bringing our right leg up, shifting the weight in our left leg, grabbing our waist for a little extra support, taking our fingers around that big toe, and then taking it straight out in front of us. Making sure to remember to breathe here. Slowly releasing with control. Now, I completely forgot to mention this, but this is a great time you can use a strap if for some reason that is not in your practice. Keeping in mind it is always there for you. We are going to switch sides, shifting the weight into our right leg, grabbing our toe with our peace fingers and our thumb. How was that, Murph? It's nice though, isn't it?
I like this a lot better for that one.
Yeah. You can really keep your yeah. I need to make sure to cue that though. And then slowly with control, releasing down. And we're gonna go ahead and lift our arms up high, hands to heart center, lifting our arms up high one more time, exhaling all the way down. Planting our hands, stepping or hopping back to plank, and we are going to take our flow. Meeting into down dog, however you choose to get there. All right, and then we're going to lift that right leg up high to the ceiling, stepping it through, coming into warrior one. Warrior two. Flipping that front palm. Bring it into reverse warrior. And then we're going to come back to warrior two. Straightening that front leg. Reaching that right arm out. Hinging at the hips. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Now, as you exhale, bring those hands down and frame that foot, kicking that back foot up. You can either stay, come into pyramid pose, or come up for a three-legged dog. That is your choice. I'm choosing to stay in pyramid pose today. Maybe you come up as you take an inhale, and as you exhale, you sink a little bit deeper over that leg. Really feeling the stretch in the backs of your legs. Maybe you're up on your fingertips, maybe you're flat on your hands, whatever works for you. Now stepping those feet back to plank, we're gonna take our chaturanga however we want. Just meeting back into down dog. And then left leg up high. Looking forward, stepping it through, hands coming up for warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Keeping a straight line of energy from the fingertip to fingertip. Flip that front palm, reverse warrior. And then coming back to warrior two. Now straightening that front leg, reaching that left hand out, hinging at the hips, keeping that straight line of energy from fingertip to fingertip still. Maybe gazing up at that right hand. And then go ahead and plant the hands, framing the foot, stepping that right foot about halfway up your mat for pyramid pose. Or if you choose, you can go into three-legged dog. If you're in pyramid pose, keep that head hanging heavy well in either one. Yes. But maybe you come up for a breath and you sink a little deeper. Now we have one more round of those to go, so let's step or hop back to plank. Take our Shavasana. Right leg up high. Stepping it through to warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Flip that front palm. Reverse warrior. And then coming back into warrior two, straightening that front leg. Trikonasana. So hanging at the hips. Straight line of energy from fingertip to fingertip. Maybe that gaze is up there towards the ceiling. Maybe you're just gazing out in front of you. Whatever's comfortable for you. And then exhaling as you plant your palms, framing that foot, kicking that left foot about halfway up your mat. Bending over for a pyramid pose or coming into three-legged dog. Or is that yoga? Is that split? That's a split. That's right. Oh, okay. Coming into standing splits. And then exhale, coming back, bringing those feet back to meet each other, doing our Shavasana, moving back into down dog. Is that right?
That was the right.
Okay. All right, left leg up high, stepping it through, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Flipping that front palm, reverse warrior. And bringing it back to warrior two. Straightening that front leg, reaching that left arm out, hinging at the hips, Trikonasana, triangle pose. And then go ahead and frame that foot, bringing that right foot about halfway up. You can go into standing splits or pyramid. I think I've made that very clear by now. And this is a really good place to take a couple of deep breaths. We have a couple more things and then we'll start to slow down. So stepping back, stepping or hopping back to plank. We're going to stay in plank. Now we're going to go into a side plank. So you can either put your knees down, pick them up to modify with your knee down.